Alright, what's going on guys? Turner here, and it's been a few months since I've last uploaded. So, I mean, it probably goes without saying that I definitely missed making YouTube videos, and I'm happy to be back. Whether it be photography, filmmaking, rug making, painting, drawing, I find that different periods of my life are defined by the types of art that I'm making. I think this weird quarantine chapter of my life would be defined as van life videos and now rug making, and I think that's actually super cool to say. But today is all about my newest form of creative expression, and that is making rugs, which more specifically this rug that is right behind us. It is greatly inspired by one of my favorite records ever, The Divine Feminine by Mac Miller. Now the logo itself is a pretty abstract piece, but it seems like the center of the piece is a window or a mirror. And so already wanting to make a mirror rug, I thought this would literally be the perfect piece to make. So basically all the money I spent on this project, I made the frame of the rug for $14 at Home Depot. I bought these rolls of yarn for $3 each at Michael's. This is what I used to back the rug. I found this at Home Depot for $17. Now the material itself I used to make the rug, I went with a cheaper alternative. This is actually burlap that I used because it is basically the cheapest possible thing you can use to make. And while it's very loose and it isn't the best, if you're on a budget, then I would totally recommend using burlap. And this is the punch needle that I use. It is just a wooden punch needle I got on Amazon for about $9. I don't exactly know what that would be if you totaled everything, but I'm gonna guess I spent under $100 on everything I use. But yeah, either way, let's just get into it.
So where we should be right now in the process is our frame has been made. I made this with a few 2x4s from Home Depot, just cut in half and then screwed together. And then the burlap is just stapled on the edges around the frame. And the method that I use to get the design onto the burlap is just using a projector that I connect with an HDMI cord. You can see me doing that here. I just have the Divine Feminine logo projected onto the material. And then here I am going around the outline with a Sharpie. So once the drawing is made, it's time to get your punch needle ready. All you need to do for this is put a metal wire through the sharp side onto the back end of the punch needle. And then pull it out the other side. And then you are just good to punch away. And as you can see, I'm currently doing the outside frame of the Divine Feminine logo. So after just thousands and thousands of punches in one side, and then you can see out the other side, you start to see somewhat of a resemblance of a carpet. Granted, this takes a while. It really is for the art and the end result. If you're using a punch needle, you definitely need to be patient with the process. This rug is going to end up being something like 40 inches by 40 inches, so a pretty big rug given every single strand of yarn is made with a little punch through a piece of burlap. As you guys see, the yarn that I'm using I got for $3 a roll at Michael's. It is Red Heart Super Saver acrylic yarn. You can use wool yarn, it's a little bit more expensive but a little bit nicer quality, but honestly I kind of do like the acrylic feel. And thousands of punches later, we are not at our end result, but we do see what is going to be a lovely carpet. So the next step is just going to be laying the frame on the floor and then gluing the back side of the rug. Otherwise, throughout its lifetime, different pieces of yarn would come undone and be pulled through the back side. But this is going to ensure the backing is basically cemented. So I'm giving a generous amount of glue to the entire back side. I'm just rubbing it all in. And yes, I'm using a kitchen spatula to do this. You could use that, a paintbrush, really anything but your hands would be perfect for putting the glue on. So once the glue is all on the back side and it's dried over the past 24 hours, I'm just going to cut the carpet out of the burlap. I'm going to leave about an inch of room on all of its edges and then spray the back with this adhesive so that I can curl the carpet in. That's going to make what is called a waterfall edge, so I don't have to stitch the entire back. And truthfully, I prefer the waterfall edges. And now it's time to get to the mirror part of this carpet. So all I'm doing here is cutting the burlap around the center of the rug to then move this little party over to my workstation. So I bought this mirror for $7 at Michael's, which is extremely cheap because the other alternative was about 50 bucks. So all I'm doing is grabbing a small piece of wood, grabbing a caulk gun, and caulking the back of the mirror so that I can stick it onto the wood, and it's used as basically an industrial adhesive. Then I'm flipping the mirror over, sticking it to the wood, and doing the inverse, which would be caulking the wood itself so that I can stick it against the carpet. So as you guys can see right now, I'm doing this against the wood and then pressing down the carpet, and I'm going to let this dry for about an hour. But once that's finished, all I'm going to do is put a little signature on the back of the board back over at this workstation. Drop a little bit of a date and a note, which this is January 19th, 2021, coincidentally Mac Miller's birthday, and then put this $1 backing that I found at Michael's. And now the carpet is done and ready to get hung up on the wall, which I'm just using clamps, PVC pipes, and my belt to do. It's insane to me that Mac Miller is no longer on this earth. He was a great inspiration to me growing up. I actually shot him on film a few years back, and I took some super awesome pictures of him on the Divine Feminine tour. So I'm happy that my first carpet mirror was to none other than the wonderful Mac Miller. So with that being said, I definitely hope you guys did enjoy the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the process. And if you guys want to see more rug making videos, let me know. This is definitely new to my channel. I haven't done anything like this before. But nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed. Drop me some suggestions. And with that being said, have a great rest of your day.